the option. They ban out the Fizz instead, which is a respect ban here. But could they not be considering Yasuo, or is Trace not a team that is proficient in playing such a champ? We'll have to wait and see if that is one of their options. But
especially that there's an Ornn, right?
That's true.
It's already quite scary.
Yeah, on top of the Hecarim as well provides that knock-up too. So it is a looming possibility here for Trace. Meanwhile, ADC secured first for Juju, and the Xayah makes sense here for the side of Nova Esports. I think they should just go to Xayah, more of the safer option here of the two, and as I would say, of that day has got a better track record. But either way is a good choice here for the side of Nova Esports up against an Ezreal. And they do lack a little bit of damage here for the side of Trace Esports. The only missing link is their mid laner. And for the side of Nova, it's all locked up. Aatrox could potentially be the champion of choice for long. So it is going to be the Shen support. It's not going to be a Mumu, but it is going to be something against a Kassadin.
Possibly Yasuo or Yone.
Yeah.
Can be quite useful.
Yeah.
I would actually back more on the Yasuo just because of the amount of counters it can actually give. But since there's a lack of projectiles on Nova Esports, Yone being very, very independent as well can pave a way for the setup of Trace Esports to just work out.
Yeah. And I think Yone is a little bit more self-sufficient anyway. And Yone's... The hitbox on Yone's ulti is just
busted.
Nuts. It's nuts. It's so good to miss out on. So I think it really makes a lot of sense. And besides, Yone is a lot easier to execute than a Yasuo. And in a 1v1 setting, Yone is a lot more safe in the sense that he could use the Soul Unbound. Yasuo, once he goes in, he has to really go all in. And the only way he can get out is if there are minions. Yone doesn't really need that. This just has to have Soul Unbound to go in and go for poke. So it makes a lot of sense here as well, especially up against a Kassadin. So here we go. Stage is set, and we are ready for the final game here between these two teams. Will FBX be able to topple this giant, or will Trace continue on their dominance? We'll find out after, or actually now, as the game starts and both teams just getting ready to get into the Wild Rift.
I have only one concern on the composition here of Trace Esports, and that is that their composition is heavy on AD. Nova Esports has mixed damage, especially that they did pick up the Kassadin. So possibly some item changes or item adjustments are going to be made here on Juju's side, but let's see if that's going to be the case as well. Yone does deal a bit of magic damage just because of the Soul Unbound, but not really too entirely. And again, heavy on the auto attack means that there's going to be a massive influence by the Shen.
Of course. No level 1 shenanigans this time around, as both teams slowly making their way towards their respective lanes. And definitely agree, there is somewhat of a lack of versatility in terms of damage here for the side of Trace Esports. And, well, this guy, I think Neon is going to struggle here a lot in the early game. Especially because Kassadin is really good against mages because of well,
resistance.
Yeah, the innate abilities that Kassadin has, but up against attackers such as Yasuo and Yone, not really too much, especially those that have high poke, high mobility. So I would expect Neon to play more of a reserved approach towards this early game.
Well, the only positive side here on the Kassadin is that every single time that the Mortal Field is going to be used here, or the first skill of Corn is going to be used, there's going to be a stat on the pulse, and he can just spam it as well as just continue to regenerate his mana with his second strike on the Nether Blade. Long going to be interrupted here by Weiba is just really good tactic, since he is not really the best champion to go against or delay any invades. And yeah, since you lack damage, you're just going to be bullied every single time against this Hecarim.
Yeah. And this is quite a new look for me. Long on a, or not a look that I'm used to here for Long. More of a supportive role, but here comes the knock-up coming through.
Yeah, flash by Tak just to heavily invest onto it as well. Tak, this Yami rather, might be in a lot of trouble. Ignite did tick. Just one time here on Yami. Just gonna be able to at least walk away. Lisa gonna be in a lot of trouble. Flash! But Yitze to just land the first blood!
Beautiful stuff here. Flash onto the Darkened Blade there by Yitze. Getting the first blood of the game. First engagement this time going in the way of Nova Esports, which is quite surprising considering the amount of assault that they've had to endure on that bottom side of the map. But let's take a look at how that fight began again. Yitze inadvertently had the advantage going into this fight. He's level 4 first. Gets the knockback. And then Darkened Blade just to end things up on the Flash as well. Predicting where
on the edge?
It is going to be. That's beautiful stuff from Yitze.
Great patience as well, actually, coming from Yitze. He just focused on auto-attacking first before Lisa actually walked away. That's when he started to land those Darkened Blades. And then the edge strike of it. Man, a little bit unlucky on Lisa, but great tactical there on Yitze's side.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. This is one of the problems that Shen runs into, though, if you're going especially against a champion like Hecarim. Your clear speed is nowhere near as close as your Hecarim, so yeah, there is certainly going to be an inevitable gold lead for the enemy jungler if you are a Shen. But Long, of course, not too bothered by that fact. Just waiting for his ulti to perhaps use the Stand United more on the proactive or the reactive side, as the first objectives spawning in just a bit here. So that is where I would expect the first bit of fights will break through again.
Yeah, one of the strengths of actually picking up the Shen is that you can actually focus on, you actually take double objectives just because of the Stand United. You can easily go towards your teammates as they interrupt some of the takings there. But that gonna be interrupted, cast as well just to isolate him. It's gonna be dead for sure. 2 kills for Nova Esports.
Wow, 2-0. And Trace Esports uncharacteristically has been unable to trade these kills, so has to work double time to come back. Let's take a look at how that started again. A little bit too deep on the tri-bush warding is how they got caught off there. Chak goes down without much of a fight and perhaps unaware of the whereabouts of some of the players of Nova Esports is what really made it difficult for Trace. Long going in.
Yep, great CC layering as well, just forcing the flash of Korn. Interrupting his recall as well, just perfect timing for this next objective.
A few seconds until Rift Herald and the Drake spawns up now. Oh, World Ender activated by Yitze. This is a bold move, yeah?
Yeah. Great patience from Korn as well, not using the Fate Seal, so this time it's going to be very, very useful for his first objective. Unless Nova Esports is going to be a little bit cheeky on here. Just focus on the delay, waiting patiently for their ultimates to be up and ready as well. See which side they are actually going to be taking as well. Because again, Stand United is available. Nova Esports focusing on the RH this time around. AC Sports are fully aware of this. Neon in the vicinity. Weibo as well. Just focusing on getting this Scuttle Crab. So that's already a bit of an advantage. They can actually secure. Scuttle Fort guy going to be through shot barrage as well. Also, Shadow's not used just yet. Finally, they turn. The steal's gonna come through here for Trace Esports. Now the backline can be breached, but great positioning coming in from Nova Esports. They walk away to get this objective away.
Wow, beautiful steal coming through there from Trace. And Yami actually doing a lot of work there in the backline. Flashes forward to deny a lot there for Trace Esports, but you can't really deny a steal coming through. And that's exactly what Trace did there. I mean, they deny the fight from happening. But here we go, another fight breaking through. Court on the top side.
And Neon is gonna be fine for sure. I mean, this Yone doesn't deal much damage just yet. No items just yet. Is again a major disadvantage towards this Yone. RH gonna be spawned up here into the mid lane, but may not be able to get the tower taken out despite Juju's presence there. So that's a little bit unfortunate here for Trace Esports. But they can pave a way or utilize the plates that they have made, reset, and then prepare for the dragon.
Absolutely. Core might get dove though in the top side.
They won't commit. Or there's gonna be a counterplay here by Weibo. Neon is getting chunked out. Subtle Shadow has been used already. Will not be committing anymore.
Yeah. Nice little rotation there from the Hecarim from Weibo. As the Infernal Dragon actually spawning up here in the bottom side of the map. Long is not around the area. There is gonna be a little bit of attention pivoted towards there by both teams, so this could potentially be the next big team fight we are looking for. as both junglers slowly making their way towards that bottom pit. Nova first on the scene.
Yeah, Long gonna be starting this dragon up. They get spotted by a ward. Tristan Parage hits 2 members, Yami and Remake. Call of Forge are gonna be used as well as Wava is interrupting here on the front side as well. Lee Sao gonna interrupt the 2. Great cast coming in. Stand United gonna get denied! And now it's gonna be 1 taken down already. Tacos well survived for so long. Finally is able to take down with the Ignite. Juju as well pick up a kill onto the cast. And a great steal! Back-to-back steal coming from Wava! Just dismembering the members here of Nova Esports this time around corner as well. Just gonna become a thing. They'll be walking away for the meantime. Trace Esports with a comeback. Back-to-back objective steals. And now the turret into the mid lane getting taken down. Man, it's massive.
Yeah, let's take a look at just what happened there again. Long was in the pit for so long, which meant that he couldn't help anyone. I mean, he used to stand united, but by the time he was done casting, he was ulting to someone who was dead, so he essentially had no contribution to the fight, and he was pincered there because he couldn't move. And by the end of it, the Hecarim ult got him, and he couldn't even smite. Couldn't do anything in that fight, so essentially it was a 4v5, and Long couldn't do anything. And Trace walk away with the fight and the Drake, and this is looking really, really dire for Nova Esports.
Weibo as well, just walking away after a free kill in the bottom lane towards Yitze. Shutting him down once more. Trace Esports focusing now, transitioning towards top side and want to secure this tower here. This is the tier 1, Juju gonna be there, great charge coming from top, but Rift walk away. And Neon just to be able to be safe. Long again feeling so much pressure. Again, when he's not in a carry champion, it's just so difficult to work around on these fights. That's why I got a little bit, concerned. And now this time around gonna be used, and they did pick up the kill onto Juju. That's good at least.
Yeah, a little bit overkill there. We're using the stand united, but better safe than sorry. Long has entered the fray. It's a 4v2. If they want to fight this, here comes the Horn of the Forge God.
Commit.
What?
Actually, is interrupted there, especially by Neon on the silence. Unfortunate there for that, unable to get that. Forge God going, at least on the second proc. And Nova Esports, they do walk away safely.
They do. It's one of the nice to haves when you have a Kassadin, of course. You'd say on the bottom side this time. But Nova Esports, unable to find the trades to these big objectives. I mean, map control, they've been able to keep at a sort of relatively equal stage for now. But they have to try and find something in response, and that looks to be an engagement towards Lito. Nope, there is no
pressure.
Yeah, there's no cask yet, so Yami can't really start a fight.
Yeah, just zoning him away, making him sweat up a bit.
Just saying hi.
But again,
Hi.
say hi.
Yeah.
Hello. Well, both players being very polite.
Yeah.
Just, creating a dialogue between these two.
Yeah. Okay, here we go though.
Very
Another
polite.
engagement. Oh!
It knock up, but no commitment.
Yeah, that is.
Faceit has been used already too.
The thing is, that is a cast I'm talking about. No sustain at all, so it's gonna be trying to find a bit of engagement.
Again, no fate seal means that's going to be a free kill, but into the bottom lane, they might be in a lot of trouble. No, they don't commit. Through some barrage, damaging them for a bit. Just a scratch there onto the members of Nova Esports. But Weibo gonna be happy taking the red buff away from Long.
Absolutely. Trace Esports, they trade away a turret for a kill, which I think at the end of it is still worth it for the side of Trace, but now they look to engage.
Oh!
Wow.
Back. Charging away. Long. Starting to apply pressure against Trace Esports. It's not the carry of the game, but it's still very impactful.
Yeah, absolutely. Nova playing with fire a little bit. They didn't see Lee Sao, but yeah, a little bit too deep there as they look to fight another engagement towards the bottom side. They really want this bot lane tower because it's going to be important in the next Drake fight. But here comes Korn.
That's true.
The Fate Sealed available now. But Nova, they're struggling here big time, GG.
They're just walking around the members here of Trace Esports trying to get a good angle towards them because the pressure is actually real. The combination between the Call of the Forge God and the Fate Sealed is just too impactful. Plus they have the Hecarim, so there's so many CCs that they can just land to pin down the members of Nova Esports. That's why they're having so much hesitation on them.
I don't think they have enough damage either, unless they are a full man 5 squad. I mean, yes, they do have the stand united, but they really need Neon there for the supplement of damage that the rest of the squad provides there, particularly on their Zeri. But now Mountain Dragon has spawned up. Nova has to contest this.
Yeah, long as in the top side, Yami might be in a lot of trouble. Lisa, not gonna get pulled, but is needing to flash away. Yami as well going with a body slam. Yeah, it's a little bit too late right now. Stand United, too late! But to get the backline access, great backline access actually. Nova, yes, trying to deal the damage here. The Castle is gonna get taken down. Yetse unable to land. The Darken Blade is just being interrupted, kited away, and just bashed down as well. And just micro mistakes by Nova Esports is leading now to a disastrous result.
And now look at Trace. They're looking for the Baron. What happened there for long? It just took too much time to activate the Stand United. And now the Baron buff could be up for taking to Trace Esports here. Long has a mountain to climb to even get close, and he's just gonna go down here.
All flashing in, but man, Trace Esports knows his playstyle already. They just let the Baron be at 4,000 health, and since it's a Shen, you won't be able to take it.
Yeah, take a look at that one more time here. The rest of the Nova squad already in the pit, but look, only after the Dragon was taken did the Stagnated come through, and by this time, all they had to do was look for the fight. I mean, Yetse had phenomenal damage going through, but he was the only one left standing here, and he just went down without a fight. After that, Baron buff secured as well. This is looking lost here for the side of Nova Esports. It's not looking good for them.
Yes. And this is one of the reasons why we don't really like seeing Long on any non-carry champions, because he couldn't really have the impact that he normally does. And Raze Esports is fully aware of that as well. They were very consistent in shutting him down early, denying objectives, denying camps as well, and now they're just able to take anything that they want. Have a 8,000 gold lead as well on top of that, and also just soul point.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what the plan was behind that Shen over towards the priority. You remember they picked up the Shen on the second rotation, so a lot of priority over towards the Shen, but it doesn't necessarily feel like they made lots of strategies around it. But now that's their last chance to prove it.
Oh, backline access by Korn, reaching Yitze as well. Treasure Barrage this time is hurting the members of Nova Esports, especially because of this Baron. All the inhibitor towers being taken right now by Trace Esports, top side, mid side as well. The only left standing is the bottom lane one. And again, just a massive Baron power play here by Trace Esports. Yeah,
immediately ballooning their gold lead by almost 10,000 now. Trace Esports in a very, very comfortable lead. And look at the item pickups. Look at 3 items already on Dione, 2.5, actually 4 items now on their Ezreal. 4,200 Baron power play here for the side of Trace Esports as they are trudging along the 10,000 gold lead. There you go, that's 10,000 here, almost for their side.
So much.
And Nova is, the walls are just closing in on them.
Walls collapsing, all the defensive tools here of Nova Esports are degrading minute by minute, second by second. 10,000 gold lead by Trace Esports. They're just patiently waiting for 2 objectives right now. The Baron, another Baron, and also the soul point that they can, or the soul that they can just pick up later on easily. And no threat at all for a steal because Long is on this champion.
Can't even get close. Now it's a 1v1 between him and Dweeba.
Has to disengage. Call of the Warge God gonna be used to knock him up despite the flash invested. Still got hit, but still is safe. I think the most important thing here for Nova Esports.
That's huge too, because that's Long's flash gone out. So the prospect of him getting steal here is getting lower and lower and lower and lower. Baron is spawning up in just a second. Elder as well in just a bit. Look at Trace. They're already setting up this trap here along the lines of the Baron. They're also constantly pressuring the base here. Remember, super minions are spawning up for the side of Trace Esports here. And Nova, they have to try and find a way to not crumble under the pressure as the Baron's getting started by Trace.
But there's massive pressure that they are feeling already, and they're about to be crumbling one by one as well. Tak doing a really good job, Juju as well, setting up a wall barrier here so that nobody would be able to enter this Baron pit already. The laser's not gonna connect. Nia actually going in, gets a great burst onto Juju, but unable to get a kill. Finally, it is gonna be taking down, cleaning up the crew here. Long also just protecting the front line as the knock-up goes through from Tak. Long denied of a kill, but the mid lane gets pushed by Lisa! And that's gonna be the denial Esports just running wild. They are fully comfortable with every single scenario that has been laid out for them, and they will remain to be undefeated.